Welcome to our comprehensive session on antibiotics, a crucial topic in Aids to Health for ICSE Class 9 Biology. Today, we'll embark on an exciting journey, starting from the basics, moving through historical discoveries, understanding complex mechanisms, and finally, delving into the cutting-edge challenges and future of these life-saving drugs. Get ready to explore this vital area of medicine at 4 distinct levels of depth. Let's begin our exploration of antibiotics with the easy level. We'll cover the fundamental concepts, what they are, and why they are so important for our health. Antibiotics are powerful medicines specifically designed to combat infections caused by bacteria. They work in one of two ways, either by directly killing the harmful bacteria or by stopping their growth, allowing our body's immune system to take over. It's crucial to remember that antibiotics are ineffective against viruses, such as those causing the common cold or flu. The discovery of the first antibiotic, penicillin, by Alexander Fleming in 1928 marked a monumental shift in medicine. He serendipitously observed a mole inhibiting bacterial growth, paving the way for a new era of disease treatment. Antibiotics have undeniably saved countless lives by effectively treating severe bacterial illnesses like pneumonia, tuberculosis, and meningitis, which were once deadly. For instance, if a doctor diagnoses you with a bacterial throat infection, they might prescribe an antibiotic like amoxicillin to clear it up. However, it's vital to use antibiotics responsibly. Always follow your doctor's instructions precisely and complete the entire course of medication. Misusing antibiotics, such as stopping early, can lead to antibiotic resistance, making these crucial drugs less effective in the future. Now, let's test your understanding with a few practice questions. Take a moment to think about these. Question 1. What is the primary function of antibiotics? Question 2. Who discovered the first antibiotic, penicillin? And question 3. Why should you always complete the full course of antibiotics, even if you feel better? Ready to dive a bit deeper? At the medium level, we'll explore more about how antibiotics work, their different types, and the growing challenge of antibiotic resistance. Antibiotics are antimicrobial drugs that either kill bacteria, known as bactericidal, or inhibit their growth, termed bacteriostatic. Penicillin, for example, is bactericidal, while tetracycline is bacteriostatic. The journey of antibiotics began with Alexander Fleming's observation in 1928. However, it was the pioneering work of Florey and Chain in the 1940s that led to the purification and mass production of penicillin, making it a medical reality. This era, often called the Golden Age of Antibiotics, saw a rapid succession of new discoveries, fundamentally transforming healthcare and significantly increasing human life expectancy. Antibiotics are broadly categorized into two types, broad-spectrum and narrow-spectrum. Broad-spectrum antibiotics are effective against a wide array of bacteria, both gram-positive and gram-negative. They are often used when the specific bacterial cause of an infection isn't yet identified. Tetracycline is a good example. In contrast, narrow-spectrum antibiotics target specific types of bacteria. They are preferred once the causative agent is known, as they minimize disruption to beneficial bacteria in our bodies. Penicillin G, for instance, primarily targets gram-positive bacteria. A critical concern today is antibiotic resistance, where bacteria evolve to withstand the effects of antibiotics. This alarming phenomenon is primarily driven by the overuse and misuse of these drugs, such as incomplete courses or unnecessary prescriptions. When resistance develops, common infections become increasingly difficult to treat, leading to prolonged illnesses, higher healthcare costs, and even increased mortality. To combat this, responsible use is paramount. Only take antibiotics when prescribed by a doctor for a bacterial infection, always complete the full course, and never share your medication. Let's consolidate your knowledge with these 5 practice questions for the medium level. Question 1. Differentiate between bactericidal and bacteriostatic antibiotics with an example for each. Question 2. Who were the scientists responsible for the mass production of penicillin? Question 3. Explain the difference between broad-spectrum and narrow-spectrum antibiotics. Question 4. What is antibiotic resistance and what are its main causes? And question 5. List 2 key practices for the responsible use of antibiotics. Now, let's elevate our understanding to the hard level. We'll explore the detailed molecular mechanisms of how antibiotics work, their classifications, and the intricate ways bacteria develop resistance. Antibiotics achieve their therapeutic effect through selective toxicity, targeting specific bacterial structures or processes that are either absent or significantly different in human cells. For instance, beta-lactam antibiotics, like penicillin, inhibit bacterial cell wall synthesis by binding to penicillin-binding proteins, leading to the breakdown of the bacterial cell. Other classes, such as macrolides and aminoglycosides, interfere with bacterial protein synthesis by targeting different ribosomal subunits, thereby halting the production of essential bacterial proteins. Fluoroquinolones, on the other hand, disrupt bacterial DNA replication by inhibiting key enzymes like DNA gyrase. Each class has a unique molecular target, exploiting bacterial vulnerabilities. Antibiotics are classified based on their chemical structure and mechanism of action. For example, beta-lactams, including penicillins and cephalosporins, primarily inhibit cell wall synthesis. Macrolides, such as erythromycin, block protein synthesis by binding to the 50S ribosomal subunit. Aminoglycosides like gentamicin also inhibit protein synthesis but target the 30S ribosomal subunit, causing misreading of genetic code. Tetracyclines, another class, prevent tRNA attachment to the 30S ribosomal subunit. Fluoroquinolones, like ciprofloxacin, interfere with bacterial DNA replication. Finally, sulfonamides inhibit vital metabolic pathways by blocking folic acid synthesis. Understanding these classifications is crucial for targeted treatment. Bacteria develop resistance through various ingenious mechanisms. One common method is enzymatic degradation, where bacteria produce enzymes, like beta-lactamases, that break down the antibiotic molecule before it can act. Another strategy is altering the target site. Mutations in bacterial components, such as ribosomal proteins or PBPs, reduce the antibiotic's ability to bind effectively. Bacteria can also employ efflux pumps, which are specialized proteins that actively pump the antibiotic out of the cell, preventing it from reaching a toxic concentration. Furthermore, some bacteria modify their cell walls to reduce permeability, blocking antibiotic entry, or develop alternative metabolic pathways to bypass the inhibited one. These mechanisms are often acquired through genetic mutations or horizontal gene transfer. Time for some challenging questions. Question 1. Explain the concept of selective toxicity in antibiotics. Question 2. Describe how beta-lactam antibiotics inhibit bacterial growth. Question 3. Name 2 classes of antibiotics that target bacterial protein synthesis and explain their distinct mechanisms. Question 4. How do fluoroquinolones work at a molecular level? Question 5. List and briefly explain 3 major mechanisms by which bacteria develop antibiotic resistance. Question 6. What are efflux pumps and how do they contribute to antibiotic resistance? And question 7. Why is it crucial for bacteria to alter their target sites to achieve resistance? Prepare to delve into the hardest level. Here, we'll explore the deep historical context, advanced molecular mechanisms, the engineering insights behind drug design, and the complex future challenges of antibiotics. Before the antibiotic era, bacterial infections were a leading cause of death, making even minor surgeries perilous. Alexander Fleming's 1928 discovery of penicillin was a landmark, but its purification and clinical application took over a decade, largely due to the efforts of Florey, Chain, and Hetley. This collaborative scientific endeavor during wartime propelled penicillin into widespread use, dramatically reducing casualties from infected wounds. The subsequent golden age of antibiotic discovery, fueled by systematic screening, unveiled a diverse arsenal of drugs. This period profoundly reshaped medicine, lowering infant mortality and extending human lifespan, yet it also sowed the seeds for the current crisis of antimicrobial resistance by establishing a paradigm of readily available antimicrobial solutions. Antibiotics exhibit remarkable selective toxicity by interfering with unique bacterial structures or processes. For instance, beta-lactams covalently bind to penicillin-binding proteins, PBPs, which are transpeptidases crucial for bacterial peptidoglycan cell wall synthesis. This irreversible acylation of PBPs leads to cell wall instability and osmotic lysis. Aminoglycosides, on the other hand, bind to the A site of the bacterial 30S ribosomal subunit, causing misreading of mRNA and premature termination, leading to the production of non-functional proteins and cell death. Macrolides target the 50S ribosomal subunit, inhibiting translocation during protein synthesis. Fluoroquinolones inhibit bacterial DNA gyrase and topoisomerase 4, essential enzymes for DNA supercalling and decatenation, respectively. The rational design of these drugs often involves understanding bacterial biochemistry and structure-activity relationships, sometimes leveraging computational chemistry to optimize binding affinity and specificity. Antibiotic resistance is a complex evolutionary phenomenon driven by strong selective pressures. Bacteria acquire resistance genes through horizontal gene transfer mechanisms like conjugation, plasmid transfer, transformation, uptake of naked DNA, and transduction, phage-mediated transfer. Molecular mechanisms include enzymatic inactivation, such as beta-lactamases hydrolyzing the beta-lactam ring of penicillins. Target site modification is another key strategy. For example, mutations in PBPs reduce affinity for beta-lactams, or ribosomal RNA methylation prevents macrolide binding. Efflux pumps, like the Akrab-Talk system in gram-negative bacteria, actively expel antibiotics from the cell. Reduced membrane permeability, often through porin mutations, can limit antibiotic entry. Furthermore, bacteria can develop metabolic bypassers, such as acquiring an alternative dihydropteroate synthase that is insensitive to sulfonamides. Understanding these diverse mechanisms is critical for developing new therapeutic strategies. The escalating crisis of antimicrobial resistance, AMR, threatens to plunge us into a post-antibiotic era where common infections become untreatable. This has profound implications for modern medicine, jeopardizing routine surgeries, cancer chemotherapy, and organ transplantation. Addressing AMR requires a multi-pronged, One Health approach, integrating human, animal, and environmental health. Future strategies include the discovery of novel antibiotics with new mechanisms of action, perhaps through AI-driven drug design and synthetic biology. Non-traditional therapies like bacteriophage therapy, antivirulence drugs that disarm rather than kill bacteria, and microbiome-modulating agents are also gaining traction. Robust antibiotic stewardship programs are essential to optimize current drug use, while rapid diagnostics can guide targeted therapy. Global surveillance and international collaboration are paramount to monitor resistance trends and implement coordinated interventions, ensuring the continued efficacy of these life-saving drugs for generations to come. Let's tackle the first set of challenging questions. Question 1. Detail the historical context of antibiotic discovery beyond Fleming, focusing on the contributions that led to penicillin's clinical availability. Question 2. Explain the concept of selective toxicity and illustrate it with two distinct molecular targets of different antibiotic classes. Question 3. Describe the precise mechanism by which beta-lactam antibiotics exert their bactericidal effect at the molecular level. Question 4. How do aminoglycosides interfere with bacterial protein synthesis, and what is the consequence of this interference? Question 5. Discuss the role of bacterial DNA gyrase and topoisomerase 4 as targets for fluoroquinolones. Now for the remaining questions. Question 6. Elaborate on 3 distinct molecular mechanisms of antibiotic resistance, providing specific examples for each. Question 7. Explain the significance of horizontal gene transfer in the spread of antibiotic resistance among bacterial populations. Question 8. What is the One Health approach to combating antimicrobial resistance, and why is it crucial? Question 9. Beyond new antibiotic discovery, what are 3 alternative therapeutic strategies being explored to combat resistant bacteria? Question 10. Discuss the societal and medical implications of entering a post-antibiotic era. Thank you for joining this in-depth exploration of antibiotics. We hope this session has enriched your understanding of these vital medicines, from their discovery and mechanisms to the critical challenge of resistance and future innovations. For more comprehensive learning resources, interactive lessons, and to stay ahead in your studies, visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for regular updates and more engaging educational content. Keep learning, keep exploring, and empower your knowledge journey with us.